Okay, thank you, Ann. I'm hope everyone watching will come down and see my photos and perhaps buy some. The prices range from $10 up to $500 for the big mural there. Again, a lot of different things playing with the light. This is an incredible picture of the train coming out of Schenectady Station going over Erie Boulevard. And I found that I was able to do magnificent things with the sky. And in the process of doing that, I got this, somebody signed Don here on the bridge, and he's also got a Don over here. And the frame sets it off nicely. These are all pictures about really working with the light and doing everything you're not supposed to do with photography. I was shooting straight into the sun here to get this picture over. Again, this is one in Worcester. It's a Union Pacific train, and I actually have a collage of photos over there that shows this set back more and more of the buildings around Worcester. But again, this is one where I had to jump out of my car and get the picture just in time because I was coming by and I heard the train. But as I worked on the computer, I saw that this picture was more about the sun than it was about the train, even though they coincided. But again, this is my photography exhibit is really a man's intervention with nature. And it's not so much the trains, it's those two things, man's intervention with nature and the limitations of what my camera capabilities are in light and dark. This picture, I have two pictures here, and you can see the difference when we go from here to over to that section, how you can change the lighting and the composition of a photo on the computer. In fact, I don't even know if we call them photographs anymore because everything is digital, and I don't know what would be the actual appropriate term. Doesn't matter, I know that it works for me now and it works well. This is a beautiful picture that Ann yourself admired down in Kingston. This is 9 locomotives crossing Broadway in Kingston. It was all I could do to get out of my car and get that picture. Those trains were moving so fast, they must have needed locomotives from Selkirk. But to get it with the headlight coming straight at you, I just love that. This is in Little Falls, very dark when I took this picture, in highlighting the effects of what was in the background and the train. Brought out more of the sky. This is in Syracuse, pitch black, but it's at the Syracuse train station, the train depot. This is in Binghamton. This is the one that was used on the flyer, the New York Folklore Society flyer advertising this show. This train is coming over the Hudson River from Rensselaer, about to go under 787. And I have another picture of it over here. You'll see in a moment of it approaching from Rensselaer. This is Utica, extreme telephoto of the train, train with double layer of cargo container cars on it. And of course, looking into the sunlight, the sunset, and I was able to enhance the color on the rails. I love that one. Another one, quite dark when I took that. Another one going over Schoharie Creek. Some people say creek. This one here is at Turning Stone, where the train, this is the thruway right here, where the train goes under the New York State Thruway. And the color is a little bit off on that one from normal. Bright sunny day, but it was so bright that I couldn't bring in the building because it was just a reflection of sky. So that's how I brought that about. I also do some senior care. This is a woman that I very much love. She's a good person. We went out and watched the Milford train one day, so that's that. This is my friend Joe, and when his daughter got married on that same train. Actually, she was married at the depot, and we had the reception on the train.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just keep rambling on here. Here we have, this is Albany. Obviously, it's Albany, the Selkirk yard. You can see the train coming through, but I trespassed, and I went out to this old mine that's there, this old excavating place, up on the heights, and this is an angle nobody sees Albany from. So that's very unique. This is back down in Statsburg. This photo here is the one I told you there are two of. It's more of a black and white on that side, and I brought out more of the colors here. It was definitely a fall day. This is one of my first pictures. That's actually one of the few in the show that is actual film photography. This is taken in 1982, my original first train picture. I was walking the Appalachian Trail at the time, and I got off the Appalachian Trail, and I took that picture. Actually, I was still on the trail. I take that back. That was Hot Springs, North Carolina. I got off in Virginia. This is the train I told you about coming from Rensselaer that I have coming out on the other side This is a train leaving Rhinecliff Station. This is the Kingston Lighthouse on the other side. Here again is Little Falls. And this is the Mohawk River. And just on the other side is one of the highest lift locks in the world. Little Falls Lock, 44-foot lift. I used to work on the canal. I was the buoy tender on the Champlain Canal. And so I find, of course, the trains run the same routes as the canal routes. This is one in Binghamton, and this perhaps illustrates very well what I talked about of man's intervention with nature. This is in Binghamton. This is Water Street, the Shenango River right over here. Of course, the trains are there. I highlighted the lines on the original shot. You don't even see the power lines. This man here, this motorcycle, and this man had started up here earlier, 3 hours prior, so I was taking my photos. They were photographing that motorcycle, and I think they were doing it for a motorcycle magazine. This one came out, coming over. This is eastbound on Schoharie Creek. Incredible photo. This is taken nearly pitch black, and that I was able to take that picture. I originally was leaning right on the tracks as the train was coming on, and of course he's all, "Ooh, get out of the way, you fool." And so I rolled off of there, and I was able to get my composure, stand up, take the picture as he came across, and then I spent a good 5 to 6 months bringing that photo out to be something that you could actually recognize. This is the train yard in Albany. This is 890, or this is Route 90 going through. It's right pretty much behind Westgate Plaza. Sun was very low. That's why you can see the bottom of the train so well, and I just love the mix of the train, the Mozart, and beer time. I thought they all went well together. Again, Statsburg train. I have 2 of that picture hanging. The last of the 5 sections, this is again that train going out onto the causeway above Statsburg. This is another shot of the Selkirk yard looking south, and the clouds that day were just incredible. This is Kingston Golf Course. Kingston Golf Course is up here. This is Roundout Creek. This is, maybe it's river, I'm not sure. There's a tunnel that comes through off of Broadway about 3 miles back, and then, so I came through the tunnel, walked across the bridge, took the picture from the other side. This picture I love is near Railroad Avenue in Albany, basically just north of SUNY Albany, and I like the way that I was able to make the top of the train blend in with the sky and the bottom of the train blend in with the ground. And then also you'll see I put copper flashing as part of my border on that one to highlight it. I've done that with a few. This has a little bit of copper flashing. That's Central Bridge. This is the train yard in Selkirk with the chemical plant in back. This train, this picture, Little Falls, is just a fantastic picture. I love it. Again, it shows how you have to go in the spring or winter when there is no leaves, so otherwise you would see none of these buildings. You would not have seen the train. And I walked around Little Falls probably 6 hours before I finally found that picture. This is one in Binghamton, nighttime shot. This is the one where I had heard the train coming. It's actually, I'm still in my car. I shut the car off, heard the train coming, and just before the train came through and the gate came down, this guy with the red car came across and parked right there. So it was just wonderful how some of these things work out.
Well, Kevin, I really want to thank you so much for taking the time to show us your exhibit here at the Folklore Society of New York. It's located on J Street Pedestrian Way. Come by and see Kevin's wonderful works here. And Kevin, welcome to Schenectady.
Well, thank you, Ann. That's actually, I've been coming to Schenectady since I was very young. I've been coming through here since the early 1960s, actually.
Well, welcome, and I hope that you have a very successful exhibition. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.